So before we go deep into spline modeling, we need to know the spline tools and its options that we can find under the spline tool menu right here. So you can see that this is the menu. Let me just tear this off by this leaving my mouse over here on this bar right here, and you can see that the spline tool is outside now. So here are some options, as you can see. So there's the Spline Pen, the Sketch, the Spline Smooth, Spline Art Tool, and there are some preset shapes that we can use. So to begin with, I'm going to make the spline tool, make the spline models in the frontal view, not in the perspective, because we're going to turn them on into 3D later on. So I'm going to go over here, click my middle mouse button, and over here I'm going to go to the front view so that it's easier for me to work with, and I suggest you to do the same if you're new to the 3D environment. So right now this is a 2D perspective, as you can see, so you can rotate this around just like you would rotate around a 3D space, but this is more of a 2D. So now let me just work around with this. So you can zoom in and out over here by using the scroll mouse button, and likewise you can do that. So this is a 2D space. So let's start with the Spline Pen. So if you're familiar with Photoshop or Illustrator pen tool, so you might be familiar with this one as well. So Spline Pen is how you can create different shapes. So let's say, for example, you can click and you can drag it, and you can see that there's a straight line over here. So you can create straight lines once you click it, and if you want to create a curve, you just click and drag it out. So it's just like how the pen tool works inside of Illustrator and Photoshop, as you can see. So you can adjust the handles later on as well according to how you want it. So let's say you don't want any details over here, you can see that you can create these type of models just like that. So you can create any shape according to what you want. So once you are about to close it, you can just go over here and close that shape right there. So that's the Spline Pen tool right here. There's also the Spline Pen tool can also, after you create the shape, you can also move this around. So you can see that you can move around the shape that you created. So if you want to turn this point onto a smooth line, you can simply right click over here, and you can see that you can see some options. So there's hard tangents, which is what you can see right now. I can also delete the point to make it smooth. Let me press Ctrl Z to get it back. I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on soft tangents. Once I do that, you can see that now this is a soft line. I can simply use the Bezier curves to get the shape I want, as you can see. So I can turn this into a soft tangent as well, as you can see. So I can click here and then move this around, and there you go. So there are soft tangents right there. Another thing you can see is sketch. So if you have a tablet or so, then you can freely sketch some objects right here, just like this, and close it around. So you can see that this one is quite a freehand type of a drawing right there. So you can also smooth this out. So let's say you have a really squiggly type of shape right here. You can use the Spline Smooth tool to actually smoothen out the shape, as you can see. So you can smoothen out the shape. It also reduces the number of the points that you have. You can also increase the amount of smoothness, as you can see. So you can go over here and you can see that it really smooths down everything right there. 58%, 10%, it does a really subtle change to this. So the higher the value, the more subtle the more higher the change, as you can see. So you can also go over here into flatten, and so it flattens out everything out right here. Random actually creates something else. So let me just uncheck this. If I go to random, you can see that it creates shapes like these. So you want a random type of shape, you can do that as well. This one is a pull, so it actually pulls out the shape right here. So it depends on what type of modeling you want actually. So you can just move this around as well. You can inflate, as you can see. So it inflates everything out over here. And there's the projection right here as well. So these are different type of tools that you can use to actually change the spline type. So another thing that you have over here is the Spline Art Tool right there. So if I were to click and drag, you can see that there's a line right here. And now what I can do is it creates an arc just like that. So over here, if I were to drag this around, you can see that it creates something like an arc. So just like this, there's an arc right there. So now let me just click on this. From there, I want to join it out. So let's say I want to create an arc, click here. So click here, and there you go. So once I click and drag, you can see that an arc is formed just like this. And there you go, you can join the arc later to create an end shape over here. So let me just click over here, and there's the end shape, as you can see. Let me just create a cleaner version of arc right here. So let me just click and drag right there. Right, there's the arc, and Okay, click and drag. All right, there's the arc. I can go over here. There's another arc that you can make just like this, and then another arc again. So this is more for like a curve shape, as you can see right there. So different possibilities right here. So quite a lot of tools to begin with actually. So you can go over here. There's some circle as well. So there's not this circle, this circle. So it creates a circle. These just creates a shape right into the canvas itself. There's the arc that you have. There's the helix. There's the end side, rectangle, and everything actually comes up over here. Star text that we saw in previous lesson, four side, kiss road, and then there's cogwheel and so forth. So a lot of shapes that you can work with actually. So over here on each and every shape, you also have the settings right here. So let's go for something like the rectangle. And over here in the rectangle, let me just select the rectangle and move it aside for a while. So let me just move it aside over here. And here you can see that on the rectangle. So once you click on the rectangle, you see its properties. So there's the rounding option that you can turn on. And over here, you can see that there's the rounding option for the rectangle. You can also increase the radius of the rounding. So you can increase this out and decrease this out just like this. You can also increase the height and the width of the rectangle just like that. You can also change the angle if you want to. So I'm just gonna leave it back to 5 degrees, the default. You can also reverse it out. Right now it does not make any sense, but there's some other shapes that you want to reverse, like say for example something like the spline. Then you might want to close spline and so forth. A lot of options are there. So in the cycloid, you can see that radius, start angle, stop angle are all of it. So you can just look around on what each of these spline objects actually provide you with an option. So once you want to turn anything into a model, you can simply use the extrude tool that as we discussed in the last lesson, and then choose any shape that you want. So let's say for example I want gets old as the extrude tool. So if I were to go on to this, you can see that that has been turned into an extrude shape right here. Let me create another one. You need to create one for each. There you go. There's another shape, as you can see right here. Let me just create another extrude. Let's extrude the flower now. So you can see that the flower is a model and each and everything that you made actually. Let me just create another extrude. Let me bring the spline right here. So extrude. So you can see that the spline that we made is now an extrude tool. So it's an object, a 3D object made out of the 2D object, as you can see right here. So that is how you can do spline modeling with spline tools and different spline options that are available in Cinema 4D. So hope you guys learned something as always. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.